police car pulls up in front, and a cop comes to the front door and knocks and says he's looking for me. So right there, they took me out the door. They put my hands against the car. It was a real cop car. It was a real policeman, and there were real neighbors in the street who didn't know that I was. This was a experiment.
8612 protested loudly.
And they don't keep them neat. Fuck this experiment and fuck Dr. Zimbago! Fucking simulation! Violation of the rules! Fucking simulation! It's a fucking simulated experiment! It's no prison! They don't take your bed and your clothes in prison! They do!
Prisoner 8612 couldn't believe that he had lost all control over his situation. His confusion amplified the frustration and feelings of helplessness that he was experiencing. 8612 decided that the only way to get out was to show everyone he had gone crazy. Then they would have to release him. He began to play the role of the crazy person, but soon the role became too real as he went into an uncontrollable rage.
I feel so fucked up inside. I feel really fucked up inside. You don't know. I gotta go. To a doctor, anything. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm burning up inside. Don't you know? I can't say that. I'm fucked up. I don't know how to explain it. I'm all fucked up inside. I want out! I want out now!
Less than 36 hours into the experiment, we had no choice but to release prisoner 8612.
Smoking is a privilege. Smoking is a privilege. What is smoking? A privilege. What? A privilege. Smoking.
Prisoner 819 was our next problem. He refused to take part in the 6 a.m. count and to do any exercises. Then he messed up his cell and barricaded himself in. In retaliation, the guards made his cellmates do mindless work of moving boxes back and forth.
You're not only not getting a cigarette, but for as long as the cell's blockaded, you're going to be in solitary when you get out.
Like a weapon.
Now, keep an eye on him.
819 was put in the hole.
Did a bad thing. Prisoner 819 did a bad thing. Prisoner 819 did a bad thing. Prisoner 819 did a bad thing.
As soon as I realized that 819 could hear this, I rushed to the room where I had left him. And what I found was a boy crying hysterically, while in the background his fellow prisoners were chanting and yelling that he is a bad prisoner and that they were being punished because of him.
Because of what prisoner 819 did, my cell is a mess. Because of what prisoner 819 did, my cell is a mess.
No longer was this a count disorganized and full of fun as it was on the first day of the experiment. Now the count was marked by its conformity, compliance, and absolute unison. It was as if one voice called out that 819 is bad. I tried to console prisoner 819 by offering to let him go, but he insisted on staying. He told me that he couldn't leave knowing that the other prisoners thought he was a bad prisoner. I managed to get through to him by reminding him who he really was, and what this place really was, and who I really was. As that other reality broke through, he agreed to be released from his imprisonment and quit the experiment.
16, while they do push-ups, you sing Amazing Grace. Ready? Down.
Amazing grace,
how push-ups on your own.
sweet the sound to save a wretch like me.
Keep going. Once I was blind, but now I see.
I was blind, but now I see. Since I saw God, I'm free.
Not that. Everybody over your back on the floor. Oh, stay down there. Stay down there.
By this stage in the experiment, the prisoners had displayed 3 ways to cope with their feelings of frustration, absolute powerlessness, and their growing sense of helplessness and despair. At first, most prisoners fought and rebelled against the guards. By now, 4 of them had reacted passively by breaking down emotionally, forcing us to release them. And still others had reacted by becoming model prisoners. One such prisoner, 2093, was nicknamed Sarge by the other prisoners because of the way he followed the guards' orders so readily. It was also apparent that there were three types of guards. The good guards, who felt sorry and did little favors for the prisoners. Tough but fair guards who followed the rules. And the sadistic guards who constantly degraded and humiliated the prisoners. As a group, the guards now had total control of the prison, and except for prisoner 416, they had the obedience of every prisoner. They could literally dictate whatever behavior they wanted from them. Was again put in the hole because he refused to eat his sausages, now filthy from being thrown all over the floor. John Wayne made a final attempt to get 416 to submit by setting the other prisoners against him. He gave the prisoners a choice.
Now, there's a couple ways that we can do this, depending upon what you want to do. Now, if 416 does not want to eat his sausages, then you can give me the blankets and sleep on the bare mattress, or you can keep your blankets and 416 will stay in another day. Now, what will it be?
I'll keep my blankets.
What will it be over here?
I'll keep my blankets.
How about 5486?
I'll give you my blankets, Mr. Correctional Officer.
You don't want it, okay.
Well, now you boys got to come to some kind of decision here.
Well, you two and I, how do you feel about this? We got three in favor of keeping the blankets.
We got three against one. Keep your blankets. 416, you're going to be in there for a while. So just get used to it.
I was watching all this on the television monitor in my office with one of my graduate students. I was amazed that the guard would keep that boy in solitary all night as punishment for not eating cold, dirty sausages. I was amazed that the prisoners would keep their blankets instead of letting 416 out of the hole. This was a true prison where frustrated guards acted sadistically against prisoners like 416 who would not submit to their control, and where demoralized prisoners acted selfishly and shamefully. I told her that I was really impressed with what we had accomplished. In less than a week, she looked at me and said, "I think what you are doing to those boys is horrible." And she was right. I had to end the experiment, because that's what it was, an experiment, not a prison. These were real boys who were really suffering, and that fact had escaped me. I and everyone else around me, except for that graduate student, had gotten so far into their prison roles, prisoner, guard, superintendent, whatever, that it was hard to separate reality from the simulation. It just didn't occur to me until she spoke out that I, as a psychologist, as a human being, had to do something about that suffering. I had to end the